What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to what we're going to officially call WIRTZ Wednesday here on Anfield Agenda. It was WIRTZ Tuesday as well, but it was also Wednesday morning in Australia when the news broke, so we can stick with WIRTZ Wednesday. Don't worry, I'm not going to continue to waffle. We do have a lot to go through over the next few minutes. We're going to speak Darwin Núñez and his impending departure. A little bit on Luis Diaz. We're going to, of course, give you more details on the Florian Wirtz situation and a couple of other interesting bits and pieces that we hope keep you up to date. Now, if you'd like the news quicker than the news videos, then make sure you sign up to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp channel. You can join that completely free, and the link is in the description of this video. Right, my friends, good news. Tonight we'll be back at 8:45 to go through it all in more detail and, let's be honest, celebrate a little bit more. For now, let's get stuck into the news. So, let's start off with David Ornstein, and not the Florian Wirtz situation, but let's talk about Darwin Núñez. So David Ornstein said that Al Hilal contacted Liverpool about Darwin Núñez on Monday, and they were made aware of the conditions of a move. Liverpool rejected a proposal of about €70 million previously from Al Hilal in January. Núñez is thought to favour staying in Europe, and Atletico Madrid, he said, are amongst the clubs keeping an eye on his situation. Next up, though, we're going to speak about Simon Jones and the Mail, and again, this makes me very happy. Liverpool still have designs on improving their forward options and the centre of defence before the summer transfer window closes. So look, what have we promised you here on the channel? That you'll get Frimpong, you'll get WIRTZ, you'll get Kerkez, all done. We told you that Jarell Quansah was likely going to be for sale, and this video will confirm that as well. And we also told you the club's media team expected a fourth signing to come in early doors, and that was, of course, Armin Pexi. So we're quite happy with how the window has gone so far. But who the options are at centre-back and centre-forward, honestly, at this point, I don't know the answer to that question. So your suggestions in the comments always welcome. Now let's talk a little bit about Florian Wirtz, because last night the news broke from Fabrizio Romano. We got to Here We Go. We were all celebrating. And then David Ornstein, of course, who was on Sky Sports back pages, said that he doesn't believe that the deals are done quite yet and that the clubs haven't communicated to him that the deals have been agreed. But this is a very interesting bit of information from Fabrizio Romano. And again, if he was wrong with this, it would have been very easy to shoot him down. He said there was an email from Bayer Leverkusen last night to confirm to Liverpool their intention to accept the final terms proposed. Now we wait for the formal steps, exchange of documents, approve, sign, medical tests, then it will be official. On top of that, he said internally, Liverpool believe that they won a crazy race by signing Florian Wirtz. There may have been a lot of clubs denying strong interest, but the reality is there were many clubs in the race. And that is a statement, ladies and gentlemen, because whatever else we think and timings and all this other stuff, he did have his choice of top clubs around Europe, and he decided he liked what Arne Slot had to say. He loved the proposal from Richard Hughes and what Liverpool had to say about the technical aspects of his game, where they want him to play. And like Manchester City and others have tried to say, oh, they backed away because of a deal. No, truth is they backed away because Wirtz made it clear after hearing everyone that it was Liverpool that he wanted to come and play for. Then, of course, it was down to the clubs to hash out that deal, and it is done. So I know David Ornstein, and again, I have massive respect for David as a journalist, but I do believe on this one, if you look back at the track record of this whole situation, the English side of it have been a little bit behind the German side with the details of this deal coming out. It's absolutely professional of David to want to wait for the nod from the club, but this is where the likes of Romano, who doesn't have to wait or keep his relationship with any football club, can be a bit quicker and a bit bolder in what they're saying. So I hope you're all at ease about it. But look, I'm here tonight at 8:45 to answer any questions that you guys may have. On the Jarell Quansah situation, I told everybody a few months ago that my understanding was that Quansah was going to be for sale, and that's going to be the case. Fabrizio Romano now has said, keep an eye on Jarell Quansah, because there's still interest from the Bundesliga clubs and also in England. So I believe there's a chance for him to go in this transfer window. Also, Leverkusen still interested in Jarell Quansah, so do keep an eye on that situation. Despite the fact he wasn't included in the WIRTZ deal, they do still have, well, a desire to bring in a centre-back to replace Jonathan Tah. I believe from our understanding that it's going to be him or Loic Bade from Sevilla that they're looking at. Right, let's get back to Darwin for a second here, because this report, LFC Transfer Room posted up crediting at Corriere dello Sport, I believe, Napoli will have a good chance of landing Darwin Núñez who has rejected an approach from Al Hilal and wants to be at the centre of the club's project. Now, we know that Kevin De Bruyne, as an example, is going to be making his way across to Napoli. That's all pretty much been agreed according to the report. So maybe we'll see Darwin get that move to Europe that he's looking for. Liverpool's asking price about £70 million. Now, Fabrizio Romano did say, by the way, you did hear me right there. I did say £70 million for Darwin Núñez. I know. It seems a bit hefty to me, but let's wait and see. Bayer Leverkusen have contacted Liverpool to explore the possibility of signing Jarell Quansah, writes Fabrizio Romano. I can only imagine Liverpool now going, yeah, well, we know you guys have like 130-something million quid there, so the price is going to be 60. I don't actually know what the price is going to be, but do give us your best guess of what you think Liverpool could ask for Jarell Quansah. Now, next thing is, of course, if Jarell Quansah is going to be sold, we're going to need a replacement. And I would argue we could do with two. Right now, I don't feel like we've ever replaced Joel Matip. So if we lose one centre-back, I'd like to see us bring in two. But either way, if Quansah moves on and Arne brings in somebody who's ready to go into the first team and battle with Canade to partner Van Dijk, or at least be adequate cover, I'll be happy enough with that as well. Ben Jacobs now, and this is on the Anfield Agenda X account. If you haven't had a chance, please do give it a follow. Darwin Núñez expected to leave Liverpool, but no cut price sale, writes Ben Jacobs. Liverpool have a 70 million quid valuation and informed by a rejected Al Nassr bid in January, and data particularly looking at Núñez numbers as a starter. Atletico Madrid keen and Saudi interest remains. So it does intrigue me where he ends up. I've always said I could see him in an Atletico Madrid shirt, but for me, I just want the club to get the best deal possible. So, also on this one, on the WIRTZ situation, can't be a coincidence today that we see Jeremy Frimpong on his Instagram posting WIRTZ crossed with Frimpong and showing a highlight of a goal that they assist and scored together. So again, I think you can read between the lines here on the WIRTZ situation. Don't even have to read between them. We've got the here we go. Right, Empire of the Cop, quoting Vitball over in Germany, or excuse me, the Netherlands, I believe, said Justin Kluivert on the likelihood of his Bournemouth teammate Milos Kerkez joining Liverpool. This is what he had to say. He'll probably go there. I hope so for him. He hasn't really said goodbye yet, but I hope he'll make it happen there. Like we've said, promise you those three that you'd nothing to worry about, and you don't. He will become a Liverpool player as well. And that is a great start to the summer transfer window for the Reds there, bringing in Kerkez, Frimpong and WIRTZ early doors. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a really exciting start to the window. Of course, Kerkez still has to be agreed with Bournemouth, and I really don't know where we're at with that negotiation. But tonight, 8:45, late night agenda. We'll celebrate it all together. We'll answer any questions that you have. I want to say thank you again for all of your continued support. The messages I've received since the deal broke have been really nice. And I appreciate those of you who said you had doubts and reached out as well. It's perfectly understandable. I've always said Liverpool fans, myself included, do have a bit of PTSD from previous deals. But the indications from these have always been very, very confident that three of them will get done. Now, tonight, 8:45, hope to see you in the WhatsApp group, as I mentioned. And if you're in Ireland and you want to come to our last ever show, well, there you go. You can get your tickets with that QR code on the screen there now. We're going to be in Cork, Cypress Avenue, for an over-18s event on the 8th of August, just before the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. So if you want to come and see us, the link in the description you can get your tickets for, or you can scan the QR code that was on the screen. I'll see you tonight, my friends. Enjoy it. It's WIRTZ Wednesday. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.